I've got so much trust issues that even the lost city of Atlantis is like 5 feet taller than my issues. Yes, yes. And I'll tell you why. Anyways, how you doing?
Eh, come and hear something. That's BigMa Life-ing. BigMa Life-ing. Come and hear something. BigMa Life-ing.
Hey you, how you doing? Welcome back to BigMa Life-ing because you know all of us are life-ing. We're going through shit. The world is going to shit. And in the world going to shit doesn't mean that we cannot feel like the shit. Not feel like shit. Anyways, I don't know why we're talking so much about Dookie, but you're welcome. This is where I bring y'all on a journey of me lifing basically because there's a lot of shit that's been happening in my life. Ah, there goes that word again. Anyway. And just as the title says and the intro, I do have trust issues. Oh my God. I've got like, and I know that a lot of you can relate. I know a lot of you can relate. I remember I saw a friend of mine recently put something on his status, or maybe it's his display picture, I don't know, but it says, love everyone, but trust no one. I felt that like, deep in the soul of the heart of me. And you'll be wondering, like, oh, you teach, healing, growth, and what? How would you have trust issues? Well, half of me is still human, so I'm a fuck up. I'm a be real. It's not easy to trust people, and I'll tell you why. I will tell you why. And by the time I'm done telling you why, backed up with real life experiences, then you tell me if you two will not have trust issues. If you're still watching, I hope you've liked. I hope you have shared. I hope you subscribe. Hey. So, I used to be very trusting. Like when I say trusting, trusted to the point where I've been called naive, gullible, and what have you. Because I am of the mindset, I think it has to do with being neurospicy, because I know a lot of neurospicy people can relate to this. I'm the kind of person that if you tell me A is A, I'm not going to try to, you know, doubt it because I want to believe that you're not trying to mislead me. And then when I now find out that A is Z, and I'm like, why would you do that? You now gaslight me by telling me I'm naive and what have you. That's like the simplest type of way I can explain how trust issues start. In Nigeria, there's a saying though that trust issues started as a kid when your mom tells you to go wear your slippers to follow her out. And by the time you come back, she's already left. If you're Nigerian and you relate to African, you get it. That's the beginning of trust issues because trust issues stems from the home. It's people who have lied to you, gaslit you, made you believe, things that were not true. And then when you challenge them about it, they kind of like, make you feel like you're being stupid for actually believing them. What happened to just being honest? What happened to just being real? What happened to just being you? So, yeah, I do have a lot of trust issues because in friendships, I have never been able to trust friends, which is unfortunate because I did trust them at one time, trusted them so much to the point where one even collected boyfriend from my hand. And then you ask yourself that, okay, so if we cannot trust people, then how are we meant to be able to get along with one another and yada yada yada? I remember someone was telling me something about having blind trust with people and just hoping that things go the way you expect. Keep in mind, this same person took the trust that I blindly gave him. And this was even a work situation, not even a friendship, not even, yeah, not even friendship, not even anything intimate, just work situation. Took that trust that I blindly gave him to somehow use it to still disrespect me in the end. So it's so hard to trust people. People are stressful. Can you feel my frustration emanating through the screens to you? Yes. Because anytime I think about having to open up to someone new and trust them, I really like I don't get anxiety attacks anymore, but I do still feel anxious because like I just know that person is going to do something to fuck up. I don't know. And somehow, they kind of always do. Up until earlier this year, it still happened. It still happened in January, where someone that I had met last year, this was even a work situation, And I realized that the person, I was so like eager to, collaborate with this person and put in all my efforts. And because me, I'm one of those people that see once I like something and my energy is in it, I'm going 1,000 miles per hour. And only to realize that I was just being used because they saw me as overeager. They thought I was trying to please or win their validation. No, that's just how I am when I see something I like anywhere in friendship, in work, in relationship, anywhere. Like even to the point of if I see a particular sweet, and for me, it could be like buttermint or something like that. And I'm like, oh my God. And you'll be thinking, what's wrong with this one? The truth is, I literally have that whimsy of a child, even as an adult. Even at 40, I still have it. So the little things excite me. And if you think because you see those little things exciting me, you can take advantage of me and you call me too trusting, then you are the problem. You. Yes, you. Shouting back at the screen. You are the problem. The reason I don't trust friends anymore as such is because so the first friend I ever called my best friend, we were best friends for 7 years. But even throughout that friendship, I realized that I was never a priority. But when she was down, needed someone to talk her back up, needed someone to give her advice, to be there, to be all of that, I was the one. She was the kind of friend that could never stay single. Like literally, she's from one relationship to the other. Even when I'm telling her, breathe, take some time, get to know yourself. Even then, I didn't even know what's up. I wasn't even dating. But keep in mind, she could never stay single. But if she sees a guy talking to me, she would literally, because when uni then, she would literally interrupt and kind of scare the guy off. There were two guys in uni, good looking motherfuckers, that I should have, at least dated or something. She ran them off because they're always like, that your friend is weird. And then I didn't think that friends could cock block, female friends. I thought it was just like a male thing. I was wrong. She was always doing that. But she was always in one relationship or the other. To the point that I introduced her to an ex that was a family friend because me and him were still very close. Rest her soul, D. I introduced her to him and she found a way for them to start dating. Then she now started doing this thing where anytime they had to meet up after school or something, she would always want me to be there. Me and my girl that once we're over, there are no feelings, there's nothing. It's later she would tell me that she used to do that because she wanted to see if I still had feelings for him. Like, bitch, I literally let you date him. No fights, no fuss, no muss. But you still wanted to somehow hurt me. Make it make sense. And we're in our early 20s, oh. We're not talking adult, oh. Of which that doesn't stop there. Then when she now met the person that she eventually married, she met him at some work thing. She was actually at mine when she met him because my place was closer to the workplace, so she was staying with me. And within 2, 3 days of them talking, they started dating. If I was less than a week, they started dating. I mean, shit, anything can happen if you feel like you found your person. Even though they're married, let me just say it now before the end. They are not together anymore. So don't think, oh, it was a love story. No, it wasn't. Because I remember advising her and telling her to calm the fuck down, get to know this person, this and that. When he was going to propose to her, the only reason I was involved as a best friend though, was because the restaurant they were going to do it at, I think I talked about this before. The restaurant they were going to do this at was a restaurant that I introduced them to. And the menu, unless you're like a regular day, it's like a traditional Chinese restaurant. So if you, it's not like oh they'll write the things in English or stuff like that. You have to be a regular there to know how they sell it and the sizes. So that was the only reason I was contacted. Like literally a week to the proposal. I wasn't even angry. I was excited. I was happy. I'm like, my best friend has finally found someone I want to put the ring on it. Hallelujah. Hallelujah. The day of the engagement itself, the fiance gave me backhanded insults. My best friend she was just looking. I'm like, okay. I mean, it's her day, so don't spoil it. What if I tell you that the last time I would see her was a week after that when she came to mine? Because I didn't see her for the rest of the week after they got engaged. She came to mine. I'm thinking we're going to catch up and whatnot, but she just wants to talk about the guy. She didn't even ask me once, how you doing? Literally not once. And that's the last time I saw her. No fight, no nothing. Next thing, months later, I am hearing from friends that she met through me that she's getting married and they got invited to the wedding. Yes. I wasn't even mad. I let it go. It hurt. 7 years down the drain. It really did hurt. This was someone I really cared about. And I, fought with people for because of her. Because I'm a lover. I'm like, I did love that. And that was it. Never saw her again, never heard from her, nothing. And the only reason I knew that their marriage broke up was because that same mutual friend that, was my friend first was somehow friends with her husband, and I think because of work. So that's how she found out, and then she couldn't wait to tell me because that one too used to be a gossip. She's not in my life. As I said, I don't trust people. Everybody get problem. I know they trust people. Another incident that happened that made me stop trusting friends. So my life story is very, very funny. I went to three universities, graduated from none. Proud dropout. I know you're like, my God, she sounds so intelligent. That's because it's divine grace, baby girl. Divine grace. Anyways, I'm getting carried away again. One of the universities I went to, I had this group of friends there, and we always used to like do everything together. Even though I was kind of still a loner, but I didn't mind having this group of five girls, us doing things. Going, no, it's five, no, four actually. We're five together. Sorry. So like, and then after school, because I dropped out, so I just carried out all my life, but they were still in my life basically. We would meet up once to do reunions and what have you. Everybody's life going, the way it's meant to go. A few of them got married along the way. I think we're only two that were still single before I finally broke off that friendship. Now, when we were in school, I knew that they each had their own individual flaws, but because we are human, flaws are normal. It's what you do as you're growing that matters. Are you growing out of them? Are you bettering yourself? Nobody's perfect. Nobody comes out whole, basically. So I never use those flaws to judge them. I never use those flaws to make them feel some type of way. And this particular same mutual friend I said told me about because she was in this friend group. She's the one that will be calling me and giving me gist about each one of them's lives and what's going on. All the tea on them. Whose marriage is, doing what it is. Who's doing that, this one. I'll just be a man. I'm like, wow. Oh, okay. That was always my contribution to the gist. Because, we're catching up, right? I'm just trying to know what's up with my friends, right? Until 2 years ago. Was it 2 years ago? Or three gone safe. No, it was 2 years ago. 2024, right? Yeah. 2 years ago. And why this was funny to me was I finally got back into music in 2023 and I'm trying to get my life together. You know, it's the first time I'm finally taking music seriously. No more, being scared or being seen and all of that. I wanted to put my best foot forward. And I'm thinking my friends will support me, right? So in 2024, early 2024, I did my first music showcase in February. And one of those friends attended. She even brought people from her office, showed so much support that I was actually happy. But I didn't know that that would trigger something in them because before I knew it, it became a thing of, oh, because back then I never used to hide that I used to blow through trees. Like, I never hid it from anyone because I'm an adult. Who's going to beat me? You? You understand? And it's funny that they decided to use that to judge me because there was a period in 2024 where things were so tight. I wasn't able to get freelance jobs like I used to, and money was a bit tight for me. And I'm a kind of person that see, don't give me a fish, fucking teach me how to fish. Show me the ocean and let me fish. That's me. You understand? But there's sometimes where you don't even have money for data, and you reach out to a friend, they're like, "Yo, I need some data. Like, can you help me out?" And they would help you out, and I'm grateful for that kind of shit. But then if you have friends in places that can actually hook you up with permanent jobs or at least hook you up with freelance gigs and what have you, they know the things I do, all the things I do. I'm an MC. I write. I speak on different topics. You understand? I used to do PR for entertainment. I'm talking, you want to drop your music, you want to do interviews, you want to do events. They knew everything I was into, but they never gave me job opportunities. They never did. So one day like that, they called me. No, before they called me that day, one of them had reached out to me during the week because I think I put up a video on my WhatsApp of me just blowing out smoke, basically. Of course, having a good time. And that one, messaged me immediately and she's like, why are you doing this? I forgot what happened to you that you went to rehab. I said, I didn't go to rehab for addiction. I went to rehab because I was clinically depressed. And if you had bothered to find out when I came out why I was in there, you would have known why I was there. And she was like, okay. Oh. And then she went silent. The Sunday after that discussion, because that was a Thursday, I get this WhatsApp group call. And I'm the last. The four of them are already on it. And I'm like, what's going on? You won't believe that these ladies decided to call me and tell me to fix up my life. That because I am, blowing trees is why my life is not going anywhere. So when I now faced them and I said, okay, which one of you have given me an opportunity or a chance and gone like, especially the one that was doing mother hen, you work with the government, you organize events. When did you ever say, big man, come and host this event, oh, we'll pay you this? Not once. The other one too that works with events, literally, that's her job. She works in events, meaning you could have gotten me hosting gigs if you wanted to, but you never did. All you would do is to be gossiping with me. Like literally, even the one that the other two that once in a while reach out to me for PR advice and whatnot, I was giving it to them for free. I did not collect money. I was not paid. Then all of you now gathered and decided that you wanted to make me feel bad. By the time I was done with them, the call was silent. They try to mess with my throat chakra, but hey, the call was silent. I shall testify. And then one by one, they started dropping off the call like flies. Then they now decided to create a WhatsApp group and still put me in. I didn't say anything. They now had to drag me out by insulting me. That was when I taught each one of them a new one, blocked, deleted, and everything them. Because we've been friends for over 10 years. Or so I thought. But this is how you thought of me? When I know the shits in y'all's lives. And they're not stories, they're real life facts because one of you is an idiotic gossiper. And I still loved you regardless, never judged you. But somehow, me just minding my business, living my life and struggling through made it a problem. See, when my trust issues kept getting worse, it gets worse. I'm not even going to go into my last ex bestie, who was part of the reason I was in rehab because she was a covert narcissist and literally wanted to destroy my life. Her own is, I've talked about her enough. She's like a forgotten memory, basically. But there was this particular babe. Now, this one, I won't say we're close friends, but we're friends all the same. In the same industry. I think I met her in the industry, basically. In the same industry, she too also used to do music, but then stopped, was working in media. And at this point in my life, I was interested in working in um, advert media as a writer, as a copywriter. I felt like, I could do jingles or stuff like that. I'm creative, And I thought she would give me like an in, because that was literally what she was doing. She was getting paid to do. She was even teaching it and everything. I was like, oh, this would be so dope. Like, train me, help me, and then give me an opportunity to be able to do it. But she was always just dilly dallying. She would tell me, oh, I'm not so good, stuff like that. I wasn't so mad. But she would use me for, she wants to shoot content and all those things. I didn't mind. She would, because I thought, okay, at least I will network, meet people, and something might come out of it, right? I remember she wasn't giving me any like opportunities and whatnot. So I just kind of let that dream of copywriting go. But one thing she doesn't know is the fact that I actually did apply to be a copywriter at an advert company just to see if I was really not as good as she said. I got the job and I turned it down because I wasn't going to take. I then moved on from wanting to do that. The excitement had killed me. Even the guy it was the boss that interviewed me. He was shocked. It's like the job is yours, and I'm like, yeah, I don't think I want to do a 9 to 5. I just wanted to prove to myself that I could, and I could. So fast forward to 2018, I get a new job. I'm managing a record label. I think I talked about this in the last video or whichever one. I'm managing a record label, and I run into her again. We restart this friendship because we're working in the same estate basically, and it's like the same network of the kind of people. And then she invites me to join this WhatsApp group that she created, for young industry people like us, but to like chill, have a good time, and what have you. And I'm like, bet. Let's turn it up. And during this period, I was probably already getting, I mean, pretty depressed, knowing that I was already, you know, bipolar and what have you, and I was not really taking it as well as you would, which is normal because, I mean, so I was doing a lot of drinking, smoking, partying. This particular year, it was turn up season. So the group was like a great solution for me, and I thought she was like my ally in that group. So I used to tell her things, that I'd be doing. I don't need to spill too much because my mother's watching this. But I used to tell her things I'd be doing, thinking, trusted friend, and she would turn around and be telling people. Then when I confront her, because you're the only one I'm telling this shit, you would the amount of gaslighting she would gaslight me, even me. I started to question my own sanity, like, but I don't talk to people. You're the only person I was telling. Who else is gonna know this shit? That was how we started with her. Until I'm doing that thing that guy on TikTok does. Until one particular guy in the group showed interest in me. This is someone that she had been openly joked about, liking and what have you, and he used to very gentlemanly turn her down, even in front of people. But because she has this loud personality, she does too much. You know the way the classic narcissist is basically, yeah, that. They have to be the life of the party, spotlight, pun intended. So she got mad and they said plotting on me. Like saying I meet the guy say me, like me not keep in mind this guy was fine, you know. He wasn't tall, but his pocket was taller. Mm, if you get what I mean. And it showed interest in me. I was in a fucked up place in my life, but hey, the girl's got a party, right? And she literally decided to start seeking revenge on me because the guy she liked, like me, started turning everyone in the group against me, even my own sibling. Yeah. And that one is not, I'm not shocked because I mean, she herself, narcissist. So, like, of course, they need a scapegoat. They need, what's it called? Something monkeys. Can't remember the name, but if you know it, type it in the comment. That. Flying monkeys, I remembered. Whew. Anyways. So, yeah. And me, I was still doing the gentle girl walk away, but she started making it worse because she started affecting my work. She was the reason me and my record label boss started having issues because I don't know the lies she was spreading, but goddamn, she was spreading lies. That's why I walked away from that job because it was the thing of you hired me, but you're listening to some motherfucker. After I left that job, she tried to take my position, couldn't even last a month. Everyone that tried to take my position could not because I knew the work and the input I was putting there. Just because we are partying doesn't mean I'm not doing my work, honey. I multitask beautifully. You know what's funny? When I started this video, I did not think I was going to go on a rant. I just thought I was going to give a couple of examples. But I'm beginning to realize that I have so many experiences that have caused me to not have trust. And I cannot put all of them into this one video because it's just on friendships. Don't let me even go into relationships. That's a different ball game on its own. I want to go to do that today because I'm not here to glorify the past. I'm here to acknowledge it and then move forward. So then you ask yourself, so what are you going to do if you don't trust anyone anymore? How are you going to, have friendships and relationships and la la la? What are you gonna, Let me just put it this way, just like I said in the beginning. Love everyone, but trust no one. And it's simple. It just means that I am not going out there with mistrust of everyone in my heart. No, I'm out there with love for everyone in my heart. I'm just going to wait for you to show me who you are. I'm not going to expect that, you're, oh, I can vouch for this guy. I don't vouch for anybody. I don't vouch for myself. I can only vouch for me. But that doesn't mean I am going to start treating everyone with suspicion and what have you. No, I'm just going to keep looking at you. You know, if along the line you switch up, then I switch away. It's that simple. That way, I do not feel like I have lost someone. I do not feel like I've lost the connection because you only just showed me who you were, and I decided that this is not someone I want to be aligned with. It's that simple. So love everyone, but trust no one. That's the moral for today. It's called motto. My God. Being a Nigerian is kind of hard sometimes because there are simple English words that you just mess around with, and then you grow up as an adult and you're still messing around with those words. Like for me, I say pasghetti instead of spaghetti. I don't know why I had to talk about that, but yeah, it's just easier for me to say pasghetti because as a kid, it's fun. And I've heard other, kids say pasghetti. I want some pasghetti, mom. Basically, I don't know why I'm doing this. Anyways, the cocoa of the horror of this entire video, because it's longer than I thought it was going to be, is that you should love everyone but trust no one. And that starts by you having a spirit of discernment and listening to your intuition and your gut feeling always. When something feels off, trust it. When something doesn't feel right, trust it. But when someone gives you equal energy as you're giving, trust it. Are you understanding? Are you seeing? Exactly. So thank you once again for watching the what's oh shit. BigMa Life-ing. I'm sorry. There's so much in my head. And there's heat. My God. These lights. Sorry, I had to take a drink of water because it is so hot in here, even though it is already midday. But anyways, thank you so much for watching Big My Lifing. We're going to keep lifing and glowing and flowing and growing and enjoying ourselves and becoming better versions of ourselves as we go. And I will keep sharing more of my lifing experiences because I realized that there are more people out there like me who are also lifing. And yeah. Oh, by the way, I have something I am dropping in May. It's music. Anyways, I don't want to talk much about it. But if you're interested in listening to my current songs out there, click the link in the bio. And also, if you're in Ibadan, April 25th, Sunrise Soul Circle with Big Man. The link is in the bio to get a ticket. What's it called? Kenya finish early bird. So get a regular. Let's turn up. Let's have a good time. Don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and join the community. Yeah, baby.
BigMa Life-ing, this no be hiding. Life don't show me pepper, still I'm smiling. Soft life loading, healing still riding. If it choke, breathe small, we move with timing. I don't learn, I don't grow, I don't level. Mind the sharp, heart clean, no more kettle. Naja babe with the sauce and the sense too. If life won't wine me, I go wine, I'm gentle. BigMa Life-ing,